Welcome to Morrigan's Cottage. Morrigan's Cottage is a 200-year-old cottage set in Ireland's beautiful and wild west, sitting on just about 4 acres of land. The land is overgrown and the cottage has started to deteriorate after being left vacant for a number of years. But my name's Aisling, this is my dog Morrigan and my cat Bonya, and together we're going to bring this cottage and land back to its former glory. Follow us along through the surprises, the headaches and successes in bringing back the character to this lovely old home, and in turning the land into a biodiverse cottage garden and home rescue to animals in the future. Here you go, a little peek. It looks like it. So I think the wall is mouldy. You should know that they didn't cover up any walls for aesthetic reasons. They covered them up for problems. And to be honest with you, I'm shocked at what we found. Maybe that's not weird because I don't know what I'm doing. So that is obviously good news. Leave this little section once we get all the plaster down. This might be a nice. You know the way. You know the way. Our little cowsies aren't there to say hi to us. Off we go on our little walkie. Don't worry, we won't hurt you. Good girl, come on. Not too close, honey. Hang on. Hi. We just want to say hello. So I thought I'd stop really quick and show you. That bend there is the end of my land, and that's where this field starts. And for the first time since I've lived here, there's cows in this field. Hello there, and welcome back to Morrigan's Cottage. Oh, Morrigan's like, can I be in this one? Hello. But yeah, welcome back to Morrigan's Cottage. Today is Sunday the 18th, 19th, no, 15th? I don't know. Today it's Sunday and we're in September. So we just got down to the house. I've got Morrigan set up in the small room because I want her to hang out in here for a little bit while I am working on the big bedroom. And just to catch you up, basically yesterday when we were here, we started taking down the plaster in the big bedroom. We found some cracks in the wall, which after thinking about it and after talking to the engineer Joe, I think they're just cracks in the cement, fingers crossed. Morgan's going crazy because she wants to be on camera, but yeah, so that's what we found yesterday. Lots of black mold, because, well, listen, black mold, obviously not a great thing to have, but it's not unexpected in this house. I'm surprised we haven't found more of it, to be honest with you. The house has no ventilation, there's no damp proofing, the house just isn't put together very well, so I'm not surprised to have found black mold. I'm also not that super concerned because I think black mold is one of those things that obviously it's not good to have, and we're not going to leave the house with black mold, but lots of places have black mold and we're just going to get rid of it. So anyway, yesterday we took down a portion of the plaster. Today what I want to do is take down some of the cement off the wall so I can get a better picture of is it the wall that's cracking or is it the cement it looks like hopefully it's just cement, but hopefully the cement isn't cracking because the wall is having structural problems. So I'm going to take down little bit by little bit, and if I start to feel like it's unsafe, I'm going to stop. But that's kind of the plan for this morning. It's about 11 o'clock now. We just got down. Then after that, hopefully the weather outside will be a little bit nicer and I will get out and I'll just cut some grass. It is cold for the first time in a couple months now coming into the house. It's cold in the house, not to the level that I can see my breath, but definitely like I'm just in a t-shirt at the moment and I feel like I should be in a hoodie. But yeah, the house is cold. There's no heat. The mice have moved back in, which not surprising. So just got to try and keep that under control. But yeah, so we're in fall now. We're creeping up on a year of owning the house. So I got the keys at the very end of November. So I have seen the house in the cold. It's not that cold yet, but it is getting there. So as you can tell by my face, my hair being all out of place, that was some good hard work. And to be honest with you, I'm like shocked at what we found. I really was expecting the wall to be in horrible condition, but it's not. It's in, from my inexperienced eye, it looks like it's in really good shape. So let me show you exactly what we found. So here we are back at the original 200+ year old stone walls. On that note, I'm actually going to jump in really quickly. So when the planning exemption was done, someone came out to the house. I didn't have to be here. They came out to the house, they took photos of the house, they took photos of everything, and basically like took photos of the sheds, front, back, side, lands, gates, everything. They took photos of everything, and then they did this big report. Now, I only got a copy of the cert, but then they sent me on a copy of the report that the person did, like it's an, I don't know, an architect or someone. A couple of months after buying the house, I was looking at the online maps, and you can look back to the maps back in like 1830. And on the 1830 map, there was a house exactly in this location. So that led me to believe that the house was maybe built longer before the 1890 that was estimated. So got the report for the planning exemption. They confirmed that the house, the front of the house, the front structure of the house, so the 2 bedrooms and the bathroom, that structure of the house is in fact the same house that's on those maps, which is what we figured, but obviously I don't really know much about anything, so it was good to have that confirmed. Now, it says on it that it was likely built quite a bit before that. The house was already existing on the maps. Based on all of that, the house is probably over 200 years old. It could be up to 300 years old. We really don't know. I must look into if there's maps kept anywhere, maybe up at the church, maybe in the local library, to get an idea of just how old this house is, but it is 200+ years old. So our kind of estimations were correct in that on the map from the 1830s, this house was there. Now, maybe it was a new build when the maps were made, and if that's the case, it's just about 200 years old. But if it has been standing longer, which I would guesstimate that it has just based on the pointing of the stones, we could be looking at like 800 years old. That's just how long the British lived here. We could be looking at like 200-300 years old. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. So back to the fireplace. I just wanted to jump in with that little tidbit of information that I found out, because everyone always asks, like, do I know anything about the history of the house? And I don't really know a lot. Back to the old fireplace, so we could take a look at it. Or, well, where I thought the fireplace should be, but is not. Now, maybe it's further into the wall, but I don't know if we'll get that done today. The weather is after taking a bit of a turn, so there's a little bit of sun outside, so we might go outside. Okay. So, this is what we have found. Now, I can see that there are parts with like a lot of clay or filler in it. And when I go to repoint all of this, I'll put more stones in. But so far, it's looking good. Those dark stains that you can see, that's more than likely from where the fireplace was, not water. So yeah, so it's looking good. I really want to get over here done because I feel like we're on a bit of a roll. I'm just relieved. It's looking really good. The stonework, I mean, look, if you're a stonemason, you can tell me better than what I can know, but I mean, the stonework looks good. It's all in uniform. It looks like it's in shape. Now, I do see a slight crack. So when we took the plaster or the cement up, before we took the cement off, there was like a crack that went down, kind of spread down towards the bottom. I do kind of see that where that crack is, I'll see if I can get closer. There's quite the mess down here, but you can kind of see, so the crack kind of came down. You can kind of see that it's ever so slightly maybe in the house, but I think more than anything, it's just parts that needs to be repointed. So that is obviously good news. But yeah, happy with what we have found so far. And I think what I'm going to do is maybe try get over here. Like maybe when we take this part of the plaster off, we'll find the old fireplace. But I don't really know. I thought it would be more like if you look at the centering of the room, like that's kind of where I thought it would start. So I'm kind of surprised that it's not there because that's kind of the middle of the wall. But anyway, so the plan was I was going to go outside and start cutting the grass. But I think what I really want to do is continue in that little room. I want to take the last of the plaster down and just see, can we find where the little fireplace section was. Now maybe there's no fireplace section, but in these old houses there would normally be a fireplace on either side. So there should be a smaller little fireplace section, and maybe it's blocked up, or maybe years and years ago they put stone in it and they built it back up. I don't know, but it's just weird that it wasn't where I thought it would be. But maybe that's not weird because I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, I was going to bring you back outside. Well, not back outside, I was going to bring you outside and we were going to do a little bit of grass cutting, but I want to continue with that wall because like curiosity is going to kill me. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to set you up in there now. So no fireplace, which is so interesting. Anyway, I will show you what we've uncovered anyway, and yeah, weird, no fireplace at all. So we've now uncovered quite a bit of the wall, and it looks to be in decent shape. There's one or two little pieces over there that were a little bit looser than the rest, but it was overall, it's in decent enough shape. Just confused as to where the fireplace is. It's unusual that there's not one there, because obviously the big fireplace is on the other side of this. So normally you'd have a smaller fireplace in this room, but the only thing I can think of is that it's in the corner over here, but I just don't think it would be. But anyway, this is where we're going to halt work in this room today. We never got round to the door because the wall took precedent. Happy to see that it's in pretty decent nick. And I suppose now, let me come back a little bit. Let me sit down. The vision for this room kind of hasn't really changed, in that what I think I'll do is have it plastered like up to the door height along this wall here. So before the plug in the light switch. Now the light switch hopefully will be moved over to there. But anyway, have it plastered up and then go across and then down, and then have just this section here exposed. And then insulate either side and above, cozy plaster it up, have this little section of stone exposed, put a nice little stove in front of it and make it look like the fake stove is going into the wall, so we can pretend it looks like it's a chimney, and then build kind of a mantle above it that goes down into what will be built-in storage. And then on the opposite side again, a little bit of built-in storage. Now I just have to figure out what to do with the TV. So maybe we won't keep the full stone exposed. Like maybe we'll just keep like a smaller bit around the stove, like the stove where it'll be, and then have the TV kind of there with some plasterboard. But we'll see. Lots to think about anyway. But nice that there's a little bit of stone wall there that's in good enough shape. Looking forward to giving it a clean. Obviously not today, but yeah, like happy with today's work. So that's a little bit of good news, obviously, that part of the wall is in okay shape. We do still have to take the plaster down all along here, and then this wall behind me, and then these sections over here. Again, has to happen. We're going to be putting in insulation. We need to add vents, and then we want to use the cozy plaster so that all the lovely heat stays in and doesn't escape on us. But very happy with how uncovering the first wall has gone. Hopefully the wall behind me will be the next one we get to once we finish the wall that we started. And hopefully with this one, now this one will be plastered back up because it leads to the external of the house. So this is an external wall. This is where the bed's going to be. I don't want it cold right where my bed is going to be. So we'll be taking this down, and then proper insulation is going to go in behind me, and then we'll plaster it back up because I don't want it cold where I'm going to be sleeping every night. And then same with this side of the wall. This is all an external wall, so this is going to be plaster taken down, damp proofing, insulation, cozy plasterboard. And then this side, depending on what the stone wall looks like, we might leave this exposed. So this is an internal wall, so we might leave some stone here exposed. That might be nice. To just give a little bit of old stone in this room, and obviously the little bit that we'll keep exposed for where we're going to put the old stove. But I think that's the plan, is that we'll leave a little bit kind of exposed there, put a fake stove in front of it, and then build in the built-ins around it with some proper insulation and everything like that. But it just depends. I have to measure out how much space we need for the bed and how much we can come out from that wall and everything like that. So that will be maybe the next time we're down. That's what we'll do. I do have to clean up, but that's not a today problem. Curiosity was killing me. There was no way I would have been able to leave it
Also, obviously we're in the kitchen right now, and I think the plan is I might leave this little section, once we get all the plaster down, like this might be like a nice little section of wall to leave out to show the old stone, but then the rest will be plasterboarded. So I saw someone else has like one of these old houses, and they have a TikTok, and they left like just little pockets of the house with the old stone exposed, and I really liked that idea, where you just have like little pockets where you can see kind of the old bones of the house, but then also insulate the crap out of the rest of it so that it's nice and warm and livable for me and Morrigan and Bonya and any foster kittens and well, probably not foster puppies, because Morrigan doesn't love puppies, they scare her, but hopefully some nice foster kitties and stuff like that. And obviously the animals outside, they won't be coming into the house, probably. Just watch, I'll have a donkey in the kitchen in no time. But yeah, so getting excited. Hopefully we'll be in the house soon. So where I live, the nearest animal kind of shelter rescue place is the Roscommon. I think it's the SPCA. But that's the nearest one. And then actually the Irish homesteaders, I think they foster through the Roscommon shelter. I'll have to look it up and check to make sure that's the closest one, but I'm pretty sure that's the closest one. Now I can go a little bit further, but I think Roscommon is the closest one. But once I'm in the house, I'm going to register my kind of availability to hopefully foster some kittens, and then if they need any other work done, if they need like help with, I don't know, their Facebook page or their website, or answering queries from people, like anything like that, like maybe I could do some of that with them as well. But anyway, it's all thoughts. This probably won't go into the video because it's just rambles, but I'm gonna get Morrigan. She's here patiently waiting for me. I made the bed for her. Morrigan's in here. Hello, my little angel. Do you want to come out the back with mummy? Okay. We're gonna go out the back and we're gonna get some grass cut.